Hello everyone, I'm back after a while, sorry about that, for a new update to my upcoming Minecraft adventure map entitled Doctor Who Matrix. This is a pretty major update. It really changes how the progression in the game is going to work, but there's also quite a few small updates within as well. For example, I've replaced the textures for the TARDIS cards with floppy disks. So here's the exterior card, the room card. This one is an anachronism shown by the enchantment glint, the desktop or console room, and the destination. I've also put around here all of the new textures currently in the game, including ones on custom maps and the Dalek model, which I'm quite proud of. So let's head into the TARDIS, currently disguised as the Doctor's car Bessie, to go to our first destination. So with most cards, you have to put them in the center of the TARDIS GUI, and they work that way. But with the new destination, London, it can go in any slot, and it will take you to a different part of London. So the parts that are going to be in the game are Shoreditch, 1963, from Remembrance of the Daleks, an abandoned part of London from Invasion of the Dinosaurs, the Post Office Tower in 1966 from The War Machines, the International Electromatics HQ, which is a front for the Cybermen in the invasion, Westminster at the centre of all of these locations, Shad Thames from Resurrection of the Daleks, 2164 when the Daleks invade from the Daleks Invasion of Earth, the 17th century, which will feature the Globe Theatre from the new series, but also Drury Lane from the Visitation, and a Victorian area mainly focused on the talons of Weng Chiang. So we'll start in Westminster because it's a nice central part. And I'll just start the flight. So here we are in London. There is of course the famous silhouette of Big Ben and the Houses of Parliament. This is the new 1970s police box exterior from 1976 to 1981 by memory. We have the entrance to the London Underground, which will be a destination accessible by a card, otherwise you won't be able to get through past this train here, and that will be based on the abandoned tube from the Web of Fear with the Yeti in it. Westminster is a great place to start in London. There'll be a bit more here because there's easy access to the Dalek invaded zone, with of course the famous sign, "It is forbidden to dump bodies into the river." But also one can access the 17th century zone, Shad Thames, the Shard, and if you cross Westminster Bridge, there's easy access to Big Ben, Westminster Abbey, and Trafalgar Square. There is a lot more to come in London. This is just a start, this is just the beginning. So where London sits in the progression is as kind of a mix of the progression and exploration aspects I've begun to explore with both the main levels and then the side and secret destinations, and finding the TARDIS rooms, desktops and exteriors that are more exploratory. So London is the open world part of the map and full of secrets small and large. For example, under Westminster Bridge is a switch that allows you to recreate the famous shot of the Daleks crossing Westminster Bridge in the Dalek Invasion of Earth. But there are also some much larger secrets already in place in London as well. But also there is an aspect of progression to it because there are small side levels within the International Electromatics headquarters to be built, the Post Office Tower, a boss fight with the evil supercomputer Wotan, a fighting sort of level I'm envisioning with the Autons in Madame Two Swords, and also an adventure based on Resurrection of the Daleks. The Shad Thames part of London, at least the external part, is complete now. Based on its appearance in Resurrection of the Daleks, I'm fairly happy with how it's turned out. This is the phone booth where the guy gets ruthlessly gunned down by agents of the Daleks. And in order to access the level part of this area, the player will need to walk through these doors. This particular area, I think, will be soft-locked until the player finishes the 4th or the 5th Doctor's levels, in order that the player cannot finish all of the London levels until they've reached that point, because finishing each London level will build a part of the unit tower from the most recent series in what will be the business area with all the skyscrapers. Once the player finishes and accesses the unit tower, there will be a cutscene that may or may not reveal the plot twist of this whole map a little bit early. I'll also show you how to access other parts of London. So if we put it in the first slot, we'll be taken to 1963 Shoreditch from Remembrance of the Daleks. So here we are. We've got the flats. We've got, of course, the cafe where the Doctor gives his famous speech on ripples in time. The iconic Coal Hill School. The junkyard from Attack of the Cybermen. The Ratcliffe warehouse with the hidden Dalek base. I think this part needs a little bit of work. I think this part is the most complete part of London. The funeral home, the graveyard still to be finished. There are a couple of very major secrets within this area that I don't want to give away just yet. But also nearby is Madame Two Swords, where the player will fight the Autons, and the post office tower. I need to go and rewatch the War Machines before I go and build this area. But inside is, from a reference photo, what Wotan might look like. It depends on what I can do with this sort of setup in terms of a boss fight. I may need to make this area a bit bigger. But overall, that's what I have on London so far. I've brought us to Skaro for the next part of the update. Here's the Rani's TARDIS exterior, or at least my first attempt at it. It's a bit of a difficult one to build. In order to show you the next part of the first core level with the Daleks, this has had a fair bit of work done on it. So here we are in the third segment of the Skaro level. And the first new addition is this Dalek Sentry.
Extra midnight.
Along with new Dalek voices recorded by me. I might go back and redo them at some point, but I wanted to get them closer to the 1963 Dalek sound than the sound that I previously had, and I thought I may as well do it myself. So you can deactivate the sentries to be able to pass through them. But if they're active,
midnight,
you're not getting through. So in a way they're easier, and in a way they're harder than moving Daleks. And the way to get past this section will be to insert a level 2 manipulator arm, because the level 1 will not let you through,
extra
and this
midnight
sentry is looking for you. So that will require the player to backtrack through all the levels. And here is how you get the first Doctor's side level. Quite an easy way. And that is everything for this update. Thank you so much for watching. If you have any suggestions, please comment. I'd love to hear your feedback. In fact, I've been thinking of potentially doing some kind of wiki with all the TARDIS exteriors, interiors, rooms, destinations, but I'm not sure whether I should do that or keep all the mystery of hiding the secrets around the map. So let me know your thoughts and have a good one. See ya.